Day 16, 6, 7, 25. I first started off, I thought I might do me some raking, but it was pretty hot that day, and I decided I didn't really want to do any raking anymore. So I got my saws all out, and I decided I wanted to start working on some of the bigger stumps up there towards the camp, trying to get them cleared out of the road in the hopes that I'd be able to get my truck up there. My sawzall blade had broke on me. I was already pretty hot and tired, so I decided I was going to go ahead and relax out here for a little bit and then go ahead and call it a day. This was about a month ago, folks. There's definitely been a lot done in the last month for sure. Definitely there's been a lot done between day 1 and day 16. But I got my stuff loaded up. Kind of walked over the trail a little bit to see if there were any more big stumps up there that I needed to get rid of, and decided I was going to go ahead and call it a day and get ready to come back for day 17. Day 17, 6/8/25. I feel like day 17 put up a fight almost from the get-go. I started actually working in some areas of the trail that I hadn't really done anything in up to this point in time. But I also knew that right around the corner, my uncle and I were going to start getting ready to put up some posts. So I knew I wanted to get this road cleared out. And I came down here to the bottom, worked on some areas I hadn't worked on before, ran across a couple pretty stubborn stumps. But I also had to work on widening up the trail a little bit so that I had enough room to actually get my truck back in there without scraping it all up. So I worked on this little corner right here heading up to the trail, and I got this pine tree out of the way that I knew I needed to get out of the way. And I think right here at the end, after I cut this thing, I drop it. I feel like that summed up day 17 all by itself. Good job, bud. Good job. Day 18, 6/12/25. Folks, this was the day I was bound and determined to get my truck up to the camp. And as you could see, I ran into a very large water puddle. I believe it was a Thursday afternoon, and I decided I did not want to accidentally get my truck stuck in that little mud puddle there. So I came up here to the top of the hill, which I was going to do this anyway, but I decided to clear out this little area over here where my little security camera is set up, so I'd have a little bit clearer view of the whole area there. Plus, it needed to be cleaned up anyway. Even though I wasn't able to get my truck up there on day 18, it was a very productive day and I got quite a bit done. And I just knew day 19 was going to be a big day. Day 19. This was actually 6/20 and 6/21/25. I did it over 2 days. It was a pretty epic weekend for sure. I didn't get much filming done on the first day, so I kind of just called that day 1 or part 1. But my uncle and I had got our first half of the post set up. So today we were going to come on in and set the last 6 posts that we had left. I went ahead and got this area cleared out of the bricks so we had a little bit of room to move around. I knew as soon as my uncle got there, he was going to be ready to get to work. I've absolutely enjoyed working with my Uncle Butch. I'm learning a whole lot from him and definitely couldn't have done this without him. So we ended up getting the rest of these posts in the ground. And also on day 19 was the day I was able to get my truck up to the top that I'd been hoping to do for quite some time. My uncle actually led the way on that too. He went up there the morning before, said he didn't really think there was too much to worry about. So I went ahead and brought my truck on up. This is going to make things a whole lot easier going forward. I got some weed eating done, cleaned up that area up top there, and called it a day. I knew that day 20 was just around the corner, and I also knew that I needed to go ahead and get rested up. We definitely put in a lot of work on this weekend, that's for sure. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I hope you guys have a great week. I'll probably get down here at least one day this week after work. We'll get a few more things checked off the list. Y'all have a good one. Day 20, 6/28/25. So day 20 was about a week after day 19. We'd gotten a whole bunch of rain. Things were really busy at work, but I was finally able to get out here and get a little bit of work done. Between day 19 and day 20, I found out that in order to build the structure my uncle and I had been working on, I was going to have to get a building permit. I decided I didn't really want to go that route because I wasn't sure I wanted it to be that permanent. So, day 20, I kind of came out here. I did a little bit of work weed eating, cleaning up the trail a little bit more on the way up to the camp, and then basically decided to try to put a plan together on what we were going to do about the structure now that we couldn't build it the way we wanted to. So, after getting cleaned up, I went ahead and went home. And the plan was on day 21, we were going to go ahead and reconfigure the structure and turn it into a little bit smaller building that was going to be more or less a lean to, somewhere for me to go in, get into the shade, and get out of the rain if it was going to rain. But, folks, I haven't been out there in a couple of days. I'm not going to lie. I had to take a couple days off, but I'm hoping to get out to the ranch tomorrow, get a couple smaller projects done and out of the way so that I can go get some lumber, hopefully Friday or Saturday morning. And then my uncle and I are going to be back out there Sunday morning. And we're going to try to finish up the rest of the outside of that little lean to. As always, I appreciate you watching and taking this trip down memory lane with me. We'll catch y'all on the next episode. Have a great day.